Greetings everyone, hello and welcome to S.C.R.A.P Protocol, a new upcoming incremental roguelike shooter where you play on planets and clean sectors of debris while making your robot continuously stronger each turn. Let's get cracking. Alright, and so far it begins already and we're here and we need to control the scrap now with my mouse and move close to debris to destroy them, collect the scrap that we can find out of them. Alright, let's just check this out. Ooh, okay, if I'm getting too close, I'm getting a bit of damage there, and we're actually pretty slow in comparison. There you go. We need to look towards it, which is the difficult part. And deployment has ended. We have collected 1 scrap. Decontamination index is 4%, whatever that means, as we continue right away. Landing on Ares 13. We have a quota to fulfill. 5 scrap we need to get. And oh yeah, they take quite a few hits, right? There it is. Next one. Excellent. What is that? Why is the deployment ended already? Because we were hit? Quota, we need to fulfill 5 landing on Ares. Let's check it out again. There's nothing else we need to press, right? This one's down. And already quota fulfilled again. We collected 1 scrap. Now, we have the upgrades though, and I think this is where the difference comes in. We're starting here in the basic with a 0 scrap investment. And let's just unlock us this. It was the scrap system reboot, blade output adjustment, cutting resistance detected, blade torque below optimal levels, and power routed to attack arm. We get a circular saw damage +2 if we invest into this. And over here we have then the fuel increase. This is something we definitely need, so we double our fuel now, as the last 2 runs went out because we were out of fuel. Landing on Ares again, this time with our basic upgrades. Ah yeah, that's more damage. Way more damage. Okay, we're basically one-shotting them at this point. Nice. Next one, and we can leave. Okay, Sector 1 has been cleaned. Extraction successful. Next sector localized. Warping to Sector 2. I guess when we die, we go back to Sector 1. And this is over because the fuel ended. Rather immediately, so this is pretty fast. I guess the fuel upgrades are gonna play an important role. There you go. Oh nice, okay. And extraction completed. Now we go to Sector 2 again. But look at that, my fuel is already low. So, you know, it will end. Let's have a look at my upgrades because we have lots of scrap. 14. So with that we can now increase my movement speed. I can increase my fuel further. I think we should be doing this. What is that? Ooh. Mounted turret takes 27 scrap. This will be quite severe. More damage would be great as well, right? That's up here. Auto collect radius is increased. There you go. And another movement speed increase. Alright, so it begins again with a Sector 1. We have more fuel than ever and we're faster. And yeah, that was rather fast. We already have the 5. And I guess we need to stop then immediately to not consume any fuel. Okay, do we lose fuel if I stay? Oh yeah, actually it's pretty fast. Look at that. Interesting. Let's go ahead with the fuel upgrade. The more fuel, the longer we can live. At least for now. Okay, my quota is fulfilled again. The thing is, we need to fulfill the quota faster, otherwise we are always gonna run out of fuel. In that very first minute already. Sector 2, we need to get 35 now. Okay. Get the next fuel upgrade. Literally the most important thing right now. And we're landing again. Okay, there we can warp out. Thing is, though, I'm just consuming as much fuel when I'm standing still. But look at that. We have survived quite some time now. That's 14 scrap already, and we get 1 fuel back. We have a chance of getting a fuel back by 35% with this upgrade here. And over here, leak resistance on hit. That's something I'm probably not just gonna do yet. It looks like a very powerful upgrade now. We can find fuel on the map. Yeah, there it is. Whoops. Could not get hit though. Okay, that was fast. Ah, and we're getting more scrap in this second level here. Yeah, that was a lot of scrap now. And with that, we could go with a higher fuel chance or a fuel increase. Let's go with the fuel increase again. And we continue. Once again, sector 1. Very fast. The quota stays the same. Of course, we want to go to level 2 right away because you get twice as much scrap over there. Look at that, we have more than half our fuel. Yeah, I take a lot of hits though too. That's a new record, 30 scrap. I would like to go for an upgrade. Attack speed increase, damage increase. Let's go for attack speed. Oh, the turret would have been available too. I'm gonna go with the turret next. Speed is nice too though, especially for level 1. Oh, that's far away. Okay, let's check it out again. This time we have the speed upgrade. Oh yeah, that was a lot. 40 scrap. This is definitely the turret here. Let's go ahead and get the turret going. We still have 29 scrap left, so I might also get me a fuel chance increase, right? I think it might be a range increase for the turret and fire rate for the turret increase. Let's go with more fuel chance though, as I feel like damage is not really the issue. It's all about the fuel. Check it out. Now we have a turret shooting. That's pretty cool. Doing extra damage. Okay, still have a lot of fuel left. There you go. Look how they are melting now. Oh, we could leave. Level 3, here we go. Sector 3. Non-mineral structures identified. Organic patterns detected. What is happening? Okay, looks quite different now. Let's go with the fuel increase. This is almost a double increase. And I probably want to have some more damage. There you go. Especially since in level 2 and 3 it takes longer to kill each crate now. I have a feeling we will last quite some time now. Yeah, that was fast. Quite a nice range there on the turret. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's really far away from us. Oh, shoot. But we should be able to survive in Sector 3 just a bit now. 150. Oh yeah, that was at least one. And you're getting 9 scrap per piece here. Holy cow. That's a lot more. You know what? Let's go with the next fuel upgrade again. Yeah, we can afford it. Okay, Sector 2 again. More damage here would be amazing, so that we can start one-shotting them. Very nice. Okay, we're back here with more fuel than ever. But I have a feeling we're not gonna survive that long. That's a lot of scrap here, look at that. Every second here counts. Okay, 74, that's a new record again. I have a feeling more damage would be nice here, and we could also go with an arm extension. Circular or saw range is increased by 20%. Go ahead and get us this once, and also the fuel recovery I think is pretty nice. Go ahead and get me an increased chance there. Okay, so I'm skipping sector 1 right away, and we're already in the second one at the end. Yeah, more than half the fuel left for sector 3 now. This will be glorious. Especially since there's lots of fuel coming out of these now. 24. Okay, 129 scrap, nice. And look at that, the tech tree is growing even further, so we could go up here now. Poison Trail, so there's even more abilities now that we can unlock. And Mine Deployment System, okay. Ground Cloud has been converted into explosive devices. Cleanup Operations, Risk Detonation. Getting mines in, this sounds interesting. I think I'm gonna go ahead with this upgrade. Okay, so in Sector 2 we are again. Let's continue with the mines. I haven't seen a mine yet. I guess we need to leave here anyway. Sector 3? No mines. Was this a useless upgrade? What is that mine upgrade? That wasn't a very good run, unfortunately. Hey, we didn't get this one. Unfortunately, what is that? Ground clutter has been converted into explosive devices. Nothing else coming out of this though. I'm gonna go with another attack speed upgrade. This goes to manual collection inefficient. Scrap no longer requires proximity. This is pretty nice. We can automatically put in the scrap. It's more efficient. The range is increased. Let's go with the range increase. And also a range increase for my own weapon. Plus attack fire rate for the turret increase. Okay, sector 2 again. There's now the arm. Very nice. Really saves you quite some time if you just, you know, need to be in the proximity of it. And there's also lots of fuel coming out. This is a mine. Look at that. That was a mine, but it was just doing damage. So I guess it needs to be close to one of the bigger scraps. And what is that? Why is it on the other side of the map? Fortunately, this is a lot of fuel wasted. Sector 3 again. Okay, we should focus on the big ones. There's just a lot of small ones now. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, circular saw quantities increased by 2. That was very expensive. The next upgrade here cost me 1,000 scraps. Ah, nice. We have 2 now. Okay, that's pretty cool, especially against the big ones. There's a lot more damage now. Yeah, that was fast. Look at that. More than half fuel now left for Sector 3. Let's go for it. So especially here in this level, I would love to have these bombs. These mines. Ah, but look at that. It's still not enough for next level. But it's close. Very close. Okay, that was almost enough. I guess another fuel upgrade is what we want. And a damage increase, plus 1 damage to the turret. It's not 1% though, it's a plus 1 damage, which I think is quite powerful. So we'll just see. Yeah, that was super fast. Right? Sector 3. I have a good feeling that we're gonna finish this sector now. Especially with my turret upgrade, it's really doing a lot more damage. Already halfway there. There was a mine. But there's not enough scrap here. What is that? 24. Ah, there it is. We have finished Sector 3 and we even have a lot of fuel left. Okay, Sector 3 cleaned. Ice formations covering 87% of Sector 4. The surface temperature is 48 degrees negative. Okay, Ice Planet. Quota is 1,000 scrap here. There's also a lot more scrap here now. Okay, that was a lot. 300 out of 1 run. Okay, for now we're starting with Sector 3 right away. So I'm cutting out the rest. Starting with the interesting parts right away. That's the, of course. Ooh, there's a lot of scrap here, unfortunately, out of my range. Because my turret is shooting now so far. Yeah, we lost a lot of time, unfortunately, out of this. Okay, Sector 3 already finished, and Sector 4 with quite a lot of fuel. Let's go. Expecting a lot of scrap out of this area now. Nice. There's the ice debris. They last quite some time. Oh, and they slow us down. Interesting. Okay, 400 scrap. I would like to increase the range of my magnetic arm, because I think this is also what could save me quite a bit. And I would like to have a more attack speed out of my main weapon. And we can go for the DEP execute, target integrity below recovery threshold, drilling execution protocol armed. Let's just see. Sector 3 again. So we can gather the scrap now from quite a distance. And also do a lot more damage. And look at that, where we previously needed a long time, Sector 3 is finished almost instantly now. Sector 4 again. Let's try to avoid the ice blocks, because oh, there's only ice blocks. So I guess we're still gonna destroy them. Yeah. Yeah, that's quite a lot of fun, honestly. We're really gathering a lot of scrap now. And we are halfway through Sector 4 at this point. That was a lot. 1,000 scrap almost. Nice. Of course, I'm gonna go with even more attack speed. The last upgrade though is not really worth it, right? It's 5% more for 300 scrap. That's a lot. We can go ahead with a damage increase though. And I guess we could also go for critical alignment, critical chance, critical damage increase. And also, what is that? Range increase for my turret. And fire rate increase. Auto collect radius is increased. That's dirt cheap. I guess I'm gonna also go with a range upgrade again. Okay, Sector 3 again. Trying to move as minimal as possible. Ah, very good. Sector 4. Almost all the fuel still there. That damage increase does wonders. Yeah, problem is we ran out of debris now. We need always to have some debris here to get fuel. Okay, that's a problem, right? Now I guess I need to work on speed again. Very interesting how the game shows you the weaknesses right away. But that's probably the end. I don't have any more debris. What a shame. That was a lot. So there it is, movement speed increase. Yeah, 100% basically now. And also more damage output now. And more attack speed. Sector 3. So we are much faster now than before. Movement speed wise. Sector 4. We really should be able to finish it now. There's just not enough debris. Down here again? Nope. There's not enough here. What is going on? I'm missing an upgrade, that's for sure. Okay. We can optimize our scrap yield. Another fuel increase though, that's Pretty important, I think. Yeah, we could go with 2 upgrades, but I would also like to get the scrap yield upgrade. So we have a higher chance of getting more out of it, out of every single one that we destroy. Okay, and we're immediately going for sector 4. So now we're having the scrap upgrade. I think now it's more realistic because we just ran out of scrap every time. So optimizing our scrap yields should do the trick. And I have a good feeling. Right now. Looks much better. We're almost there. Still ran out of scrap again. There you go. Sector 4 has been completed. Nice. Sector 5. Violet spectrum radiations detected. And area classified as abandoned. Okay, they take even more hits than before. Oh boy. That's a lot. Okay, that's 2,000 scrap. I would definitely like to maximize my fuel now. Which is really expensive. Starting immediately with Sector 4. And we're now also having these kinetic batteries dropping. That increase the damage that I'm outputting. Or it gives me more energy. Not entirely clear. And we ran out of scrap there really fast. Of course, it's on the other side. Okay, more than half the fuel left for Sector 5 again. Ouch! That should not have happened. I tried to get as close as possible to reach the other scrap there, but that was not possible. Okay. For this we will need a lot more upgrades, I have a feeling. Like, for example, another circular saw coming out of it. So we have 3 now. A maximum range now of 80%. Okay, that next upgrade was really powerful, the drills. Just look at that. That's Sector 4 again. We're melting it. So these are drills coming out in addition to the circular saws now. Unfortunately, there's just not enough for that damage. Okay, Sector 5 again. But I feel like it might still not be enough. Ah, and hit again. My bad. But we're already at 2k now, so that's twice as much as what we achieved last time. Deep breakthrough. Fastest way to execute the target is to go straight through it. Sounds interesting. And we also get a salvage drone now. Salvage drone deployed. With a pretty high movement speed. What is that? Bam! Escalation selected. Ballistic assault missile online. Holy cow. And that's the amount of missiles we can deploy. Okay. Okay, Sector 4 again. Just look at that. That's the rockets now coming to. And the headbutt that we can do. That is fun. And my drones also go out there and collect the scrap for me. And we're actually out of any kind of crate here to gather. That's a problem. Okay. Okay, there's the 1,000. And we can now continue once again with that. To Sector 5 right away. With the ballistics and my headbutting, we should be able now to do a bit more. There's also not enough here. And headbutting is not working on these. Okay, sector 5 again. Still not really happy with the amount of fuel we start this run with. I guess it's not enough. Oh well. $3,000 out of 5, but unfortunately not enough to destroy. Sector 4 again, this time with the debris upgrade, so there should be more debris now joining. Just see if it's enough. It looks like a bit more. That's for sure. Okay. That was really fast, and we're full on fuel now, even when leaving Sector 4. Can't wait to see how Sector 5 goes now. That's a lot more. But it's not enough debris. Alright, so once again, we're running out of them. But we will definitely reach now the maximum of 5,000. There you go. Sector 5 has been finished. What happens now? We have cleaned the planet. Extraction successful. All sectors cleaned. Ares 13. Environmental contamination threshold 0%. Mission completed. Final report generated. Who are you? And that's it. Congratulations, we have finished this one. That's the demo for this really interesting game. Don't forget to check out the link in the description to check it out yourself. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.